Have you ever stopped to think that your daily routine, grabbing a coffee, going out to eat, getting your car serviced, could be more than just spending money? What if every time you paid for something, you were actually building an asset for yourself? Okay, let's get into this because we're about to unpack a system that's designed to do exactly that. And it all kicks off with this pretty powerful quote from a small business owner, a guy named Joe. See, he's not just talking about some newfangled loyalty program, he's hinting at a huge, fundamental shift in how business gets done. And that one simple idea, that's what we're going to break down today. All right, so to really get this whole thing, we need to see it from a customer's point of view. Let's start our story with something we can all relate to, a simple dinner out.
So this is Bob, and Bob is a regular at Joe's restaurant. I mean, he loves this place, celebrates his birthdays there, knows all the waiters by name. He is the kind of customer that every single business on the planet dreams of having.
Then one night, Joe comes over to his table and makes him this totally unexpected offer. He says, "Bob, I want to give you a kickback on every single thing you spend here." Bob's a little confused, right? But Joe tells him, "Trust me, this is about something way, way bigger than just my restaurant."
Now, Bob is probably bracing for some long, complicated sign-up process. But here's the thing, and this is absolutely key. It's incredibly simple. There's no app to download, no new username or password to immediately forget. All he needs is a secure digital wallet address, in this case, on the Cardano network, and boom, in less than a minute, he's in. All of that normal friction is just gone.
Okay, so Bob is in and he's earning rewards. But the big question, the one you're probably asking right now is, where does this money, this value, actually come from? Let's pull back the curtain and see how the engine works.
These rewards aren't just appearing out of thin air. They're part of a really smart economic design. And the whole thing starts with business owners like Joe, who decide to invest in this system. Think of it as their marketing budget, but instead of spending it on old-school ads, they're putting it directly back into their customers and community.
So here's how that money flows. When Joe puts, let's say, $1,000 into the system to fund his customer kickbacks, that cash gets split. A huge chunk of it, 60%, goes directly to the affiliates and marketers who are out there spreading the word and growing the network. The other 40% helps run the platform itself.
And what this does, and this is the really clever part, is it creates this self-sustaining economic wheel. Businesses get more loyal customers, the marketers get paid for bringing people in, and customers, like Bob, get rewarded. Everybody wins, and that keeps the whole wheel turning.
But a simple reward is just the beginning. This thing can actually build into something way more powerful. Let's see how this turns into a real income stream, because this is where things get really, really interesting for Bob.
See, it's not just about what Bob spends anymore. It's about who he shares this idea with. So he tells his friend Sarah about it. When she goes out and earns her own rewards, Bob gets a little piece of that too. But the real game changer, that happens when he helps get 25 people active in the system. That's the moment he unlocks this incredible bonus across his entire network.
And here is the number that changes absolutely everything, a 50% matching bonus. This is what transforms a simple little referral program into a legitimate shot at passive income. It rewards Bob not just for signing people up, but for building and supporting a real community. Pretty soon, Bob starts realizing this isn't just about Joe's restaurant. He starts seeing kickbacks offered for test driving a new car, for getting an inspection on his roof. He even gets one for attending an online webinar. It clicks for him that this system can work for pretty much any business in any industry, anywhere in the world.
So how is all this value being created and kept track of? I mean, what's really going on under the hood? To get that, we need to look at the unique tech that's powering this whole ecosystem.
So a lot of us have heard of proof of work, right? That's the model that things like Bitcoin use. It requires these giant, power-hungry computer farms to create value. Well, this system introduces something totally new, something called proof of participation. And instead of rewarding all that computing power, it rewards real-world, everyday actions.
So what is proof of participation? Well, the work here isn't a computer solving some crazy math problem. The work is just your normal economic life. Your shopping, your dining out, your participation. You are, and this is so cool, you are literally mining value just by living your life. It's a beautifully simple and efficient idea that anyone can be a part of. Now, to make all this run smoothly, the system cleverly uses two different digital assets.
On one side, you've got Kicks tokens. There's a massive supply of these, and they're always recirculating to power the day-to-day rewards program. But then on the other side, you have Kick coins. And this is so important, there will only ever be 21 million of them, exactly like Bitcoin. So one gives you everyday utility, while the other is built for scarcity and long-term value. So what's the end game? I mean, where is all of this going? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the global vision for this whole thing.
The big goal is to create a totally borderless system. By using stable digital currencies like USDC, which is always pegged to the US dollar, businesses and customers anywhere on the planet can join in without having to worry about crazy currency swings. It's really built for global scale right from the very beginning.
And the ultimate, final goal is total decentralization. The plan is to turn the whole platform into what's called a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. What that really means is, in the end, it won't be owned by some big corporation. It'll be owned and run by the very people who use it, people just like Bob and Joe.
So, when you put it all together, who wins in this new economy? Well, that's the beautiful thing about the design. Customers win because they're turning their spending into a real asset. Businesses win because they're building a truly loyal community. Marketers win because they have a powerful new way to earn. And in the end, the whole community wins because together, they own the network.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with one single, profound question. What if the life you are already living, the things you're already buying, could be the very engine that builds your financial future? That, right there, is the revolutionary idea at the heart of this entire system.